All right, so check this out. Real quick, before we get started, I actually just want to show you this outfit because this is the inspiration for today's video. This past weekend, I took my wife out to dinner and then to a party, and I got so many compliments from men, from women, on what I was wearing. I'm wearing a pair of simple black loafers, tailored black dress pants, and then a Collars & Co. polo. All right, I heard about Collars & Co. watching Shark Tank. Mark Ruben invested like $1 million in this company, and honestly, when I saw this product, I knew that I had to order like 27 because they solved the problem. All right, one thing that you guys probably know by now is that all polos were definitely not created equal. Some were created amazing, stylish, and sexy. Others make you look literally like a little boy or a boring, basic dad. But if you know how to rock a polo properly, you can elevate the aesthetic to look like a style ninja. Today, guys, I'm going to help you look like a style ninja. I'm going to go over some of the biggest polo wearing mistakes that most men make. And real quick, guys, if you want to check out any of the sexy ass polos that I'm going to be showing in the video, I'm going to have a special link and a discount down below to Collars & Co. All right, this company, like I said, they were on Shark Tank. Mark Ruben, my boy, has invested. I love this company. I saw him, I tried it, I reached out to him, I said, yo, let me do a video because I was so impressed with what they've done. They basically have solved so many of the problems that are associated with polos, including the collar. Look at that. It's literally like a dress shirt collar, but they got a few different options, right? You can go spread, you can go standard, you can go button down. They've got a bunch of different options. And then the fabric, buttery soft, smooth, but look at the fit, right? Not like your daddy's polo. The sleeve doesn't have that annoying band around it, and so it can lay nicely over your arm and not ride up. Check it out. Another polo style inspiration outfit, right? The white minimal sneakers, the simple gray casual cotton chino with the amazing white Collars & Co. polo untucked. This one, it's got a button-down collar, the placket, I'm leaving it open so that I look a little bit sexier, guys. If you want to check out these polos, hit the link down below, collarsandco.com/alpha-m. Use the discount code alpha-m for a special, limited time, amazing deal. You got to use that code. You got to go through our link. Guys, I'm telling you, if you're ready to upgrade and elevate your summer style aesthetic, you got to check out these polos. They are polo perfection. The first mistake that makes you look terrible wearing a polo, gentlemen, is a bacon worn out collar. You know, one of the things and reasons why I have not always loved polos was because of the collars. They always look disheveled and sloppy, and when you leave it in the dryer too long, it gets all whack and crazy. And unfortunately, when you have this, you don't look crisp, you don't look clean, you don't look polished. It literally makes you look like a little boy. And so if you are looking to upgrade and elevate your polo style, you got to make sure that the collar isn't too big, it's not too floppy. If this means you got to iron it, do it. If it means upgrade the quality of the polo you're buying, do it. All right, and that's one of the reasons why I love Collars & Co. so much, because they literally have a dress shirt collar, which means you can rock these polos by themselves, right? Just like this, right? Pair of cotton chinos, shorts, like whatever. You can throw on sneakers, like you can dress them down, but you can also layer it underneath of a suit, a sport coat, or even a sweater, which brings me to the next mistake, wearing a casual polo under a suit. So check it out. This is one of the big mistakes that I see guys making. They'll be rocking a casual polo, right? The peak cotton, also that like collar that's all like bad and basic and not good, right? They'll be rocking it underneath of a nice suit. And unfortunately, it looks mismatched. If you're going to be rocking a suit, which looks amazing, you got to make sure that the polo underneath matches. But check it out, right? Looks better. Still a polo, but it's elevated and the aesthetic actually coordinates and matches, right? It's a dressier polo, which means you can actually dress it up with a suit and look amazing. Then check it out. You want to lose the jacket, right? Simple, clean, party, perfection. Literally, you look like James Bond, all right? It's a great aesthetic. Now, something else I just want to mention in terms of these Collars & Co. polos is the fabric. It's got a bunch of stretch. It's so incredibly soft. It's silky. It's not all like bumpy and weird like the cotton polos, which brings me to the next thing we got to talk about and next biggest mistake, and that is wearing stripes. But my mom said I look sexy. You know how many dudes look good in striped polo shirts? 0 dudes look good in striped polo shirts. Gentlemen, I'm not saying that patterns are bad, not at all. A smaller tight pattern is incredible and looks great, but a stripe basically does this. It makes you look short, it makes you look wide, it makes you look like a little boy whose mama wants to give him a spanking for wearing a striped polo. Here's an example of an appropriate pattern, right? It's small, it's tight, it's perfect. Another thing I want to talk about is a bright color polo. There's nothing sexy about a big bright polo. It's literally super loud, and if you're wearing one that's like boxy, it makes you look terrible and like you're wearing like a circus tent, literally. Instead, what I recommend is go with colors that are a little bit more subdued, a little bit more muted. Now, you can never go wrong with a solid color. In my opinion, solid is the best bet in terms of matching versatility. The next mistake that absolutely kills your ability to look smooth and sexy and stylish and like a polo-wearing ninja is seeing your undershirt. Come on, gentlemen. If you want to rock an undershirt, do it. You don't want to see your nips? I'm fine with that. You think it's more comfortable? I'm all right with that. But I'm not okay with seeing a visible undershirt. It makes you look sloppy, and it also just takes away from the polo's ability to make your face look chiseled and defined, because that is what the placket, when it's open, does. It makes you look longer and leaner and your face more angular. If you're going to rock an undershirt, make sure it's a deep V. The next mistake we got to talk about in terms of polos making you look horrible is polos that are too skin tight. Guys, one of the things that happens is when you get a polo, right, they're cotton oftentimes. You toss it in the dryer repeatedly and it shrinks up. It also shrinks oftentimes in length. If I had $1 for every short ass crop top polo that I see dudes rocking, I would have a lot of dollars. Guys, you got to make sure that the polo is not too tight. You also need to make sure it's not too short or too long. What you're looking for is middle of the crotch, all right? If you lift your arms up and you can see actually like your happy trail, guess what? Your shirt is too short. You got to make sure it's long enough, but you also need to make sure it's not coming down too long and covering your crotch, or else it's going to mess up your body proportions and make you look short and a little bit sloppy. All right, so now we're going to take a little polo pop quiz, all right? This polo that I'm wearing has a lot of things that aren't exactly good, all right? And I want you to help me identify them, right? Number one, let's talk about the collar, right? One thing, it's buttoned all the way up. Don't button your polos all the way up. I know that some people are like, yo, it's kind of trendy. I would not recommend it, because one of the beautiful things about polos is the fact that it draws the eye down, right? The placket allows for a nice opening, which means your face is going to look more angular. It's going to look more chiseled. The collar? Another mistake, you say? Yes, because it's all whack and bacony. Also, what about the sleeves, right? They look a little bit high, don't they? Well, they are, because I got that tight-ass band that's contrasting and cinching my arm, and it's basically making me look like a huge douche. All right, ready? Whoops, I did it again. Britney Spears. You can see my midriff. It's too short. Also, the stripes, are you kidding me? Gentlemen, it doesn't matter how sexy you are. If you literally wear this type of polo, you will get zero sex. If you want to check out these polos, hit the link down below, collarsandco.com/alpha-m. And for a limited time, if you use the discount code alpha-m, you're going to get a special discount off your entire order.